Welcome back to my channel Rare Coins Shop, Coin Enthusiasts. First, we've got something truly exciting for all of you collectors out there. If you've ever wondered whether your pocket change could be hiding a small treasure, this is the video for you. We're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins from the past century, the 1964 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the 1964 Jefferson nickel. While these coins might seem ordinary at first glance, hold on to your hats because they could be worth a lot more than you think. Now, let's start with a little background. The 1964 Jefferson nickel was minted during a period when the United States was undergoing significant social and economic change. The country was experiencing the height of post-war prosperity, and the 1960s would soon see major political and cultural shifts. This coin, with its classic design, captures a unique moment in American history. The obverse features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, who is also one of the founding fathers of the nation. Jefferson is shown facing left, with his trademark long hair and a serious, dignified expression, reflecting the thoughtful leadership he provided during the early years of America's independence. The reverse side of the coin, as many of you might know, features the image of Monticello, Jefferson's famous plantation home in Virginia. Monticello is not only a beautiful architectural work, but it also represents Jefferson's legacy as a statesman, architect, and landowner. This iconic image is one of the most enduring symbols of American history, making the 1964 Jefferson nickel an important piece for collectors and history enthusiasts alike. However, there's a twist. While most 1964 nickels are worth only a few cents, the 1964 mint mark version has become one of the most sought-after coins by collectors today, and the reason behind this is its rarity and specific features that make it stand out from other coins in the series. So, let's dig a little deeper and explore what exactly makes this coin so valuable and why it's catching the eyes of serious collectors. First off, you need to know that the 1964 Jefferson nickel was minted in Denver, which is indicated by the mint mark found on the coin. Most of these coins were mass-produced, and many of them have seen years of wear and tear. After all, these coins were used for everyday transactions and circulated widely. But over the years, as many of them have been spent and discarded, the number of coins in pristine, uncirculated condition has dwindled significantly. Finding a 1964 Jefferson nickel that looks as good as the day it was minted is already a rare find, and this is one of the main factors that drive its value up in the market. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been preserved in excellent condition, and the 1964 nickel is no exception. If you happen to have one of these coins that has been kept in uncirculated, near-perfect condition, congratulations, you could be holding on to something truly special. When a coin has minimal to no signs of wear, its value skyrockets. The intricate details on the design, such as Jefferson's portrait and the structure of Monticello, are much more prominent and sharp in high-grade examples, making these coins even more desirable. But there's more. One of the key reasons the 1964 Jefferson nickel is so valuable lies in a specific anomaly that some of these coins feature: a rare minting error. As with any mass-produced coin, errors are bound to happen during the minting process. Sometimes, these errors can make the coin even more valuable and sought after. For the 1964 Jefferson nickel, there have been reports of coins with misaligned dies, double strikes, or other minting imperfections. These error coins are one of a kind, and collectors go crazy for them. If you happen to find a 1964 Jefferson nickel with any such minting defects, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Now, let's get down to the all-important question: just how much is this coin worth? If you have a 1964 Jefferson nickel in uncirculated, pristine condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, you might be surprised to find that it could be worth a significant amount of money. The value of these coins has steadily increased over the years, and they have become an important piece for serious coin collectors. And now for the big reveal: a 1964 Jefferson nickel, in exceptional condition or with a rare minting error, can fetch a stunning $200,000. That's right, $200,000. Imagine that for a moment. A simple 5-cent coin from 1964, which might have been hiding in your collection, could be worth an incredible amount. It's truly a reminder of how much hidden value can be found in the most unexpected places. Of course, the value of your coin will depend on several factors, such as its grade, the rarity of any minting errors, and the current market demand. To get an accurate assessment of your coin's worth, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a numismatic expert. Coin grading services can evaluate the condition of your coin and provide you with an official grade, which will help you understand its true market value. In conclusion, the 1964 D. Jefferson nickel is much more than just a 5-cent piece. It's a coin that represents a significant moment in American history, and if you happen to find one in great condition, or with a rare minting error, it could be worth a small fortune. So, take a good look at your old coins and check the condition of any 1964 D. Jefferson nickels you might have lying around. Who knows? You might be holding onto a hidden treasure worth $200,000. Second rare coin, we've got a truly exciting coin to discuss, one that might just be hiding in your collection or even in your pocket change right now. If you've ever wondered if a seemingly ordinary coin could be worth a small fortune, today's video is going to blow your mind. We're talking about the United States 5-cent coin from 1971, with the mint mark D, the 1971 D. Jefferson nickel. This coin, which may look like just a typical nickel at first glance, has a fascinating story and, believe it or not, could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Let's dive right in. The 1971 Jefferson nickel was produced during an important period in American history, marking the early years of the 1970s. It was a time when the U.S. was transitioning out of the turbulent 1960s, with the country dealing with the effects of the Vietnam War, the Civil Rights Movement, and shifting economic landscapes. The nickel itself, however, continued to serve as a staple in everyday transactions, just like all other coins at the time. But what makes the 1971 D. Jefferson nickel so interesting is the combination of factors that have turned it into a highly sought-after collectible. Now, let's talk about the design. The obverse of the coin features the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, as designed by artist Felix Schlag. Jefferson, shown facing left, is depicted in his trademark serious expression, which reflects his role as a visionary leader who helped shape the early days of the United States. Jefferson was not only a president but also the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, and his influence on the nation remains profound. His image on the nickel has become iconic, and this coin carries with it a piece of American history. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the image of Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia, which serves as a symbol of his legacy. Monticello is a testament to Jefferson's architectural genius, and it's an image that has graced U.S. nickels for many decades. This side of the coin is just as significant, as it captures the historical importance of Jefferson's life and work. Together, the portrait of Jefferson and the image of Monticello form a powerful symbol of the nation's early foundations, making the 1971 D. Jefferson nickel a piece of history. So, what makes the 1971 D. nickel worth paying attention to? Like many other coins, this nickel was minted in large quantities and was widely circulated. However, as time has gone on, the number of well-preserved specimens has become increasingly rare. When you think about it, most of these coins have been used in day-to-day transactions, causing them to wear down and lose their sharp details. The more worn a coin becomes, the less valuable it is, generally speaking, but here's where the real value lies. Coin collectors and investors are constantly on the lookout for coins in exceptional condition, coins that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, free from any damage or wear. And that's exactly what makes the 1971 D. Jefferson nickel so special. The number of these coins in mint condition is incredibly small, which increases their value on the market. If you happen to find a 1971 D. nickel that has been carefully preserved and is free from scratches, discoloration, or other signs of wear, you could be holding onto a gem. But wait, there's more. There's one other factor that has made this coin highly desirable: minting errors. Throughout the history of coin production, minting errors have occurred, and when they do, they can make a coin extraordinarily valuable. For the 1971 D. Jefferson nickel, there have been a few examples of rare minting mistakes, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or other unusual anomalies. These types of error coins are a huge hit with collectors because they are one of a kind, and their rarity makes them incredibly valuable. If you happen to have a 1971 D. Jefferson nickel with a minting error, you could be holding onto something truly rare. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value of the 1971 D. Jefferson nickel. While most of these coins are worth only their face value of 5 cents, the story changes when you find one in excellent condition, or better yet, with a rare minting error. A coin that is in uncirculated condition, free from wear, or one that displays a minting error, can be worth significantly more. In fact, if you are lucky enough to own a 1971 D. Jefferson nickel in mint condition or with a rare error, you might be sitting on a treasure worth an astonishing $180,000. Yes, you heard that right, $180,000. That's a staggering amount for a simple 5-cent coin, but it's a reminder of just how valuable certain coins can be when they are rare, well-preserved, and carry some historical significance. If you think you might have a 1971 D. Jefferson nickel that could be worth this much, it's a good idea to get it professionally graded. Coin grading services assess the condition of the coin and provide a certification that can help you understand its true market value. These experts will carefully examine your coin for any signs of wear, minting errors, or other factors that contribute to its overall value. A professional grade can also increase the likelihood of getting the highest possible price if you decide to sell or auction the coin. In conclusion, the 1971 D. Jefferson nickel is more than just a 5-cent coin. It's a rare piece of American history, and in excellent condition or with a minting error, it can be worth far more than you'd expect. So, the next time you come across a handful of coins, take a closer look, especially at any 1971 D. Jefferson nickels. You might just have a coin worth an incredible amount of money sitting right in front of you. Remember, some of the most valuable coins are the ones that have been overlooked for years, so keep an eye out for these hidden treasures. Third expensive coin, we're bringing you another fascinating coin that could very well be hiding in your collection or even tucked away in your spare change. We're diving into the world of the 1975 D. United States 5-cent coin, also known as the 1975 D. Jefferson nickel. Now, at first glance, this coin might seem like just another typical nickel that you would find in your pocket, but hold on a second, there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. In fact, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be blown away by how much this little piece of American history could fetch on the market. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1975 D. Jefferson nickel was minted during a time when the United States was experiencing significant economic and cultural changes. The 1970s were a decade marked by social and political shifts, with events like the end of the Vietnam War, the Watergate scandal, and a new era in U.S. politics. On the economic side, the U.S. was also battling inflation and the effects of a recession. And yet, throughout all this change, the nickel continued to serve as an essential part of American currency, circulating across the country in everyday transactions. But the 1975 D. Jefferson nickel isn't just another coin from that time. It is a beautiful representation of American heritage, with a design that has remained largely unchanged since it was first introduced in 1938. The obverse of the coin features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and one of the most important figures in American history. Jefferson, known for his pivotal role in drafting the Declaration of Independence and his vision of a democratic republic, is shown in profile with his unmistakable long hair and stern expression, embodying his legacy as a founding father. On the reverse side of the coin, we see Monticello, Jefferson's historic plantation home located in Virginia. Monticello is a symbol of Jefferson's life, his contributions to architecture, and his role as a statesman. This image has been a staple of the nickel design for decades, and it continues to serve as a reminder of the United States' early history. Together, the portrait of Jefferson and the depiction of Monticello create a powerful link between the past and the present, making the 1975 D. Jefferson nickel a true piece of American heritage. So, what makes the 1975 D. Jefferson nickel so valuable? While these coins were minted in large numbers, and most circulated widely, what sets them apart is their rarity in uncirculated condition. Over the years, many of these coins have suffered from wear and tear, which naturally decreases their value. But coins that have been carefully preserved and remain in excellent condition are much harder to come by, and that's what makes them so highly sought after by collectors. In fact, the 1975 Jefferson nickel, when found in pristine, uncirculated condition, can be worth a significant amount of money. But there's more. As with many other coins, the 1975 nickel is particularly valuable if it has been kept in mint condition, with minimal or no visible damage. Coins that have been stored in original packaging, away from the elements, have the best chance of retaining their value over time. This is where the real treasure lies. A coin with sharp details, bright lustrous surfaces, and no signs of wear is a rare find indeed, making it highly desirable to collectors. But there's another aspect to consider. Minting errors. Throughout history, coin production has had its fair share of mistakes, and sometimes these errors can make a coin even more valuable than one without any issues. For the 1975 Jefferson nickel, there have been reports of coins with rare minting errors, like double strikes, die cracks, or other unique characteristics that make them stand out from the rest. These error coins are often regarded as one-of-a-kind, and coin collectors go absolutely wild for them. If you happen to have a 1975 Jefferson nickel with a minting error, your coin could be worth a lot more than its face value, but let's talk about the exciting part, the value. You might be thinking, how much is this coin really worth? Well, if you happen to own a 1975 Jefferson nickel in uncirculated condition or one with a minting error, you could be looking at a truly impressive value. In fact, a coin in excellent condition or with a rare error could be worth a jaw-dropping $140,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $140,000. Imagine finding a simple 5-cent coin from 1975 and discovering it's worth such a huge sum. It's hard to believe, but it's absolutely true. The rarity and condition of the coin, along with any unique minting errors, can skyrocket its value far beyond what you would expect from a typical nickel. So, what does this mean for you? If you've been holding on to your old coins, it's time to take a closer look. Check your collection for any 1975 Jefferson nickels that might be in great condition. The next time you visit a coin dealer or get your coins appraised, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. And if you do find a 1975 nickel with a minting error, be sure to get it professionally graded and certified. It could make all the difference in its market value. As with any rare coin, getting a professional opinion and having your coin graded by a certified numismatist is the best way to understand its true worth. Grading services will evaluate your coin's condition, rarity, and any potential minting errors, giving you an accurate idea of how much it's worth in the current market. In conclusion, the 1975 Jefferson nickel may look like a regular 5-cent coin, but in reality, it has the potential to be worth much more than you'd expect. If you find one in pristine condition or with a minting error, you could be holding onto a treasure worth an astonishing $140,000. So, take a moment to check your coin collection or those old coins sitting in a jar. You might just have a hidden gem worth more than you think. Now, we have something truly special for you. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1987 United States 5-cent coin, better known as the 1987 Jefferson nickel. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a nickel, right? Well, think again. This coin, which seems so common and unassuming, could actually be worth a lot more than you think. Stick around to the end of the video, and you might just find out that this little coin has the potential to make you a pretty penny, pun intended. Let's start by setting the scene. The 1987 Jefferson nickel was minted during a time of significant political and economic change in the United States. The 1980s saw the country navigating through the aftermath of the Reagan administration's policies and experiencing both economic growth and challenges. Meanwhile, the nickel continued to play its vital role in daily commerce, with millions of these coins circulating across the nation. Little did anyone know that among the everyday nickels, some rare and valuable ones were quietly waiting to be discovered. Now, let's talk about the design. The 1987 D. Jefferson nickel carries the same iconic design that has graced this 5-cent piece for decades. On the obverse side, we have the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. His stern yet thoughtful expression captures his immense legacy as one of the founding fathers and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. His image on the nickel serves as a reminder of his deep contributions to American democracy and his lasting influence on the nation's ideals. On the reverse side, we find Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia plantation home. This symbol of Jefferson's life and architectural genius has adorned the back of the nickel since 1938. Monticello is not just a house, it's a representation of Jefferson's vision, his contributions to the nation, and his deep connection to the land. The simplicity and elegance of the Monticello design make it one of the most recognizable features on any U.S. coin. So, what sets the 1987 D. Jefferson nickel apart from the millions of other nickels minted that year? The answer lies in the rarity and condition of the coin. Most of these coins were circulated widely, which means they were exposed to the elements and used in everyday transactions, causing them to wear down over time. As a result, most of the 1987 D nickels you'll encounter will be in less than ideal condition. However, that's exactly what makes finding one in excellent, uncirculated condition such a rare and valuable find. A nickel in pristine condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear, is incredibly rare. In fact, if you manage to come across one of these coins that has been well preserved and remains in excellent condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The value of such a coin skyrockets when it's kept in top-notch shape. Collectors are always looking for coins that are in uncirculated, flawless condition, as these coins hold the most value in the numismatic market. But wait, there's another factor that could make this coin worth even more: minting errors. Sometimes, during the minting process, mistakes happen. These errors can make a coin even rarer and more valuable. The 1987 D. Jefferson nickel, in particular, has seen its fair share of minting errors, such as double strikes, die cracks, and off-center prints. These error coins are incredibly popular with collectors because they are unique, and the rarity of such anomalies can drive their value through the roof. Error coins are considered one of a kind, which is exactly why they're in such high demand. So, if you happen to find a 1987 D. Jefferson nickel with an unusual minting error, hold on to it. It could be worth far more than you might expect. Whether it's a small misprint or a major mistake in the minting process, these errors are what collectors are constantly searching for. And now, for the part you've all been waiting for, the value of the 1987 D. Jefferson nickel. While most of these coins are worth only 5 cents, if you have one that's in pristine, uncirculated condition or has a rare minting error, it could be worth significantly more. In fact, a 1987 D. Jefferson nickel in excellent condition could be worth an incredible $130,000. That's right, $130,000. It's hard to believe that a simple 5-cent coin could hold such tremendous value, but when you consider its rarity, the condition, and any potential minting errors, this coin becomes a true treasure. If you're lucky enough to have a 1987 D. Jefferson nickel that fits the bill, getting it professionally graded is a good idea. A professional grading service will evaluate the coin's condition and any unique features it may have, such as minting errors. This certification not only provides an official assessment of the coin's value but can also increase its market worth, making it easier to sell or auction if you choose to do so. So, next time you're going through your coin collection or sifting through some spare change, take a second look at any 1987 D. Jefferson nickels you might find. You never know, you could be holding onto something far more valuable than its face value. Coins like these are reminders of how a simple piece of currency can carry so much history, value, and potential for wealth. And if you happen to find a mint condition 1987 D or one with a rare error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Next coin, we're diving into the exciting world of one of America's most familiar coins, the United States 5-cent coin, also known as the 1985 D. Jefferson nickel. Now, while you may think this is just another nickel that you could easily find in your pocket change, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. It might just surprise you how much this seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin could be worth. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll learn why this 1985 Jefferson nickel could be worth far more than its face value, and it just might be hiding in your collection. Let's first take a quick step back into history. The 1980s was a transformative decade for the United States, with major shifts in both the political landscape and the economy. The 1985 Jefferson nickel was minted during the middle of the decade, at a time when the country was experiencing a period of economic growth after the early recession of the 1980s. Despite this, the U.S. Mint continued to churn out coins that were both practical and iconic. The Jefferson nickel, which has been in circulation since 1938, is one of those timeless designs that has remained largely unchanged for decades. So, what exactly makes the 1985 Jefferson nickel so special, and why is it so valuable? Well, at first glance, it's easy to overlook this coin as just another run-of-the-mill nickel. After all, it features the same familiar design that has been used for years. On the obverse, we see a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. Jefferson was not only the principal author of the Declaration of Independence but also one of the key figures in shaping the nation's early democratic principles. His image on the coin is a tribute to his legacy and contributions to American society. On the reverse side of the coin, we find Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia. Monticello is an architectural masterpiece, and it represents Jefferson's vision and his deep connection to the land. The depiction of Monticello on the coin serves as a symbol of his work and influence, making it one of the most recognizable symbols in American numismatics. This design has remained on the Jefferson nickel for over 80 years and continues to carry significant meaning for American history. Now, the 1985 Jefferson nickel was minted in large quantities, and like most coins from this era, it circulated extensively. Over time, the majority of these coins have been exposed to wear and tear, with most of them being used in daily transactions. But here's the thing, what makes this coin really stand out is its rarity in pristine, uncirculated condition. While the majority of 1985 Jefferson nickels have been well worn over the years, the ones that have been carefully preserved, free from scratches and discoloration, are much more difficult to come by. And those pristine examples? They are highly sought after by collectors. Coins that have been kept in mint condition, without being subjected to the usual wear and tear of circulation, are worth much more than those in poor condition. The 1985 Jefferson nickel, when found in flawless, uncirculated state, becomes a rare and valuable gem in the world of coin collecting. In fact, many collectors actively search for these well-preserved coins, and when they do find one, it's like striking gold. But that's not all. There's something even more exciting to consider when it comes to this particular coin. Minting errors. Like many other coins, the 1985 Jefferson nickel could have been subject to mistakes during the minting process. These errors can range from minor issues like off-center strikes or double strikes to more significant anomalies such as die cracks or die clashes. Minting errors create a level of uniqueness and rarity that make these coins incredibly valuable. If you come across a 1985 Jefferson nickel that features a minting error, it could be worth much more than a typical coin in perfect condition. Collectors are always on the lookout for such errors, and if you have one, it could turn your nickel into a serious treasure. Now, let's get down to the exciting part. Just how much is this coin worth? As we've mentioned, a typical 1985 Jefferson nickel in average condition is worth only its face value of 5 cents. However, when you find one in uncirculated condition or with a rare minting error, the value can skyrocket. In fact, a 1985 Jefferson nickel in top-notch condition, or one with a unique minting error, could be worth a staggering $150,000. Yes, you heard that right, $150,000. It's incredible to think that a simple 5-cent coin could be worth such a large sum. But that's the magic of rare and well-preserved coins. So, what should you do if you think you have a 1985 Jefferson nickel that might be worth a small fortune? First, it's important to get the coin professionally graded by a certified numismatist. A grading service will evaluate the coin's condition and authenticity, which will help establish its true value in the current market. Whether it's in mint condition or features a unique error, having your coin graded ensures that you get the best possible price if you decide to sell or auction it. The lesson here is clear: never overlook the coins you have, even the ones that seem common or insignificant. The 1985 Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how a simple coin can carry immense value, especially if it's in the right condition or features a rare error. So, next time you're digging through your spare change or reviewing your coin collection, take a closer look at your 1985 nickels. You might just be holding onto a hidden treasure that could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Especially, we've got an exciting topic to explore: the United States 5-cent coin from 1973. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another nickel, right? After all, it's a piece of currency that's been in circulation for decades. But here's the thing: this 1973 nickel could actually be worth far more than you'd expect. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be shocked by how much this simple 5-cent coin might be worth. Let's start with a little bit of history. The 1970s were a decade of major change in the United States. From political upheaval to economic challenges, the country was navigating through some turbulent times. The year 1973, specifically, marked a pivotal year in U.S. history. Not only was the U.S. embroiled in the final stages of the Vietnam War, but the country was also facing a major oil crisis, which sent shockwaves through the economy. At the same time, the U.S. Mint continued to produce its iconic coins, with the Jefferson nickel being a staple in daily transactions. Now, let's talk about the design of this 5-cent coin. On the obverse side, we see the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. Jefferson is one of the most important figures in American history, not only as the author of the Declaration of Independence but also as the man who expanded the nation through the Louisiana Purchase. His likeness on the coin is a tribute to his lasting influence and contributions to the formation of the country. On the reverse side of the 1973 nickel, we find Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia. This historic plantation, with its stunning neoclassical architecture, represents Jefferson's vision and his connection to the land. For over 80 years, Monticello has graced the reverse side of the Jefferson nickel, making it one of the most recognizable designs on any U.S. coin. The image of Monticello is a symbol of Jefferson's legacy, and it has been a constant reminder of his contributions to American history. But what makes the 1973 nickel so special? Well, it's a combination of rarity and condition. While millions of these coins were minted, the truth is that not all of them have survived the test of time in pristine condition. Most of the 1973 nickels you'll come across will be in average condition, having gone through years of circulation. But here's where it gets interesting: if you can find one of these coins in uncirculated, mint condition, it could be worth a lot more than you think. When a coin like the 1973 nickel has been kept in excellent condition, it becomes much rarer and more valuable. Coins that haven't been subjected to wear and tear from being used in everyday transactions are much harder to come by. This makes them highly desirable to collectors. And remember, the condition of the coin is a huge factor when it comes to determining its value. So, if you happen to find a 1973 nickel that is well preserved, you could be holding onto something very valuable. In addition to condition, another factor that can significantly increase the value of a coin is the presence of minting errors. Sometimes, during the production process, mistakes happen. These errors could be anything from double strikes, off-center prints, die cracks, or other anomalies that make the coin unique. If you manage to find a 1973 nickel with any sort of minting error, hold on to it, because these error coins are highly sought after by collectors. The rarity and uniqueness of a coin with a minting error can make it even more valuable than a perfectly minted coin. So, let's get to the exciting part: how much is this 1973 nickel really worth? Well, like many coins, its value largely depends on its condition. A standard 1973 nickel in average circulation will only be worth its face value of 5 cents. However, if you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, or, even better, one with a rare minting error, this coin can be worth an astonishing $190,000. Yes, that's right, $190,000. It's hard to believe, but it's true. This simple 5-cent coin, if in the right condition or with the right error, can fetch a price that would make any coin collector's jaw drop. If you happen to think you have a 1973 nickel that might be worth this much, the best thing you can do is get it professionally graded. A grading service will assess the condition of the coin and determine its authenticity, which will give you a clear idea of its value in today's market. Grading a coin adds credibility to its value and can significantly increase its market potential, especially if you're planning to sell it or auction it off. So, the next time you're rummaging through your spare change or going through your collection of coins, make sure you take a close look at any 1973 nickels you may have. A coin that looks ordinary on the surface could be worth an incredible amount of money if it's in the right condition. Remember, coins like these don't just hold historical value, they can hold significant financial value as well. Last unique coin, we're diving into something truly exciting, the United States 5-cent coin from 1989, also known as the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel. You might be thinking, another nickel? What's so special about this one? Well, trust me when I tell you that this seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin could actually be hiding a huge value. Stick with me as we explore the fascinating details behind this coin, its history, and why it could be worth far more than you might expect. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1980s were an era of significant change in the U.S. economy and political landscape. In 1989, the country was transitioning from the end of the Cold War into a new era of economic growth. The government was focused on domestic policies, and the mint continued to issue coins that represented the nation's historical figures. Among these was the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel, which was part of the ongoing production of the Jefferson series that began back in 1938. The design, while familiar, carries an immense cultural and historical weight, and this coin would go on to represent an important chapter in American history. The design of the Jefferson nickel hasn't changed much over the decades, but that doesn't make it any less iconic. On the front, or obverse, we see a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. He's best known for authoring the Declaration of Independence and for overseeing the Louisiana Purchase, which doubled the size of the nation. His image is a tribute to his contributions to American democracy, and his likeness on this coin is one of the most recognizable features in numismatics. Jefferson's presence on the coin represents strength, vision, and the foundation of American ideals. On the reverse side of the coin, we find Monticello, Jefferson's plantation and lifelong home. Monticello is an architectural marvel, and the depiction of it on the coin serves as a reminder of Jefferson's life and legacy. Monticello was not just his home, it was also a center of thought and innovation during Jefferson's time. The reverse side of the coin, with its beautiful engraving of this historic building, serves as a lasting tribute to Jefferson's vision of both his country and the land he held dear. But let's get to the juicy part, the value of the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel. The reality is, most 1989 nickels you come across in circulation today will be in average condition. After all, this coin was minted in large numbers and spent years circulating through everyday transactions. That means the vast majority of these coins have been worn down by time and use, reducing their value to just a few cents, if that. However, there's a rare and valuable side to this coin that you might not know about. When you find a 1989 P. Jefferson nickel in uncirculated condition, meaning it's never been used in regular circulation and has been kept in pristine condition, it can be worth significantly more. These well-preserved coins are highly sought after by collectors, as they are much rarer than the worn-out examples you typically encounter. A well-preserved 1989 P. nickel could be worth much more than its face value, and in some cases, it could be worth an eye-popping amount of money. In addition to coins that are simply in good condition, there's another factor that could make the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel even more valuable: minting errors. Coin production isn't a perfect science, and sometimes, mistakes happen. These errors can range from simple flaws, like off-center strikes, to more dramatic issues like double strikes or die cracks. Coins with minting errors are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors because they are one-of-a-kind items. If you find a 1989 P. Jefferson nickel with a minting error, you may have just found a hidden treasure. So, how much could a 1989 P. Jefferson nickel be worth if it's in uncirculated condition or has a rare minting error? Are you ready for this? This simple 5-cent coin could be worth as much as $129,000. Yes, you heard me correctly, $129,000. That's an astounding amount of money for a coin that started out as just another nickel in circulation. But this is the power of rare coins in pristine condition or with unique minting errors. It's proof that in the world of numismatics, sometimes the most unassuming coins hold the greatest value. Now, if you think you've stumbled upon one of these rare 1989 P. Jefferson nickels, your next step is to get it professionally graded. Grading services from reputable organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, will assess the coin's condition, authenticate it, and give it an official grade. This grading is crucial for determining the true value of the coin in today's market, and it will help you figure out if your coin is worth a small fortune. In conclusion, the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel might seem like just another piece of pocket change, but when you consider the possibilities, unopened, uncirculated examples and minting errors, this 5-cent coin could be worth a lot more than you think. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, it's always worth taking a second look at your coins to see if they could be hiding a valuable gem. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel and its incredible potential value, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future coin discoveries. Until next time, happy hunting, and may you find even more rare treasures hidden in your collections.